a spiritual solution to our environmental challenges. The Vedic perspective. Seeing the causes of all causes. Modern science has limited its understanding of our environment by adopting foolish assumptions. Random event or chance. The law of cause and effect, that all effect has a cause, should remain a basic postulate in our scientific inquiry and not be replaced by a notion called random event or chance. As a result of this type of corruption, many scientific pursuits have limited results. Under the influence of this type of thinking, one might say, if asked about the Vedic notion that there are demigods who are involved with the supply of heat, light, rain, etc., and who should therefore be supplicated, is considered absurdity. I will prove the opposite. If we consider, for example, our home, which is made of earth, wood, stone, iron, cement, and so many other material things. If we think in terms of Vedas, we must know that we cannot produce any of these building materials ourselves. We can simply bring them together and transform them into different shapes by our labor. We cannot manufacture the atoms to produce wood, earth, stone, etc. And we seldom ask who produced them and why. Our understanding and examination of the elements only goes as far as how we can fashion things into shapes. But our search of the causes ends shortly after adapting this notion of a random event or chance. Other elements like the sun, we know the importance of the sun and the effect on the earth. Yet we don't question about the cause of the sun or look for the person behind its construction. Modern science tries to analyze and look for the reasons behind nature in a cause and effect mode, but quickly turns to foolish notions like chance and random events or spontaneous generation. These explanations offer no understanding but only give an appearance of knowledge. In our experience, everything manufactured or brought into being always requires some person with intelligence behind its manufacturing. Like in the case of a toy or new automobile, these items are made by people or machines that are made by people. We have never seen such items spontaneously appear like magic. Are there interworkings or random event? If something is made in the factory, we always know that people made the item and it belongs to them. Our empiric knowledge is limited to examples of this type, yet, somehow, these notions of chance and random events or spontaneous generation have caught hold of our thinking. We describe a rainy day as a chance occurrence, or any occurrence in nature as being random. The beginning of life as spontaneous generation, yet the whole gamut of our experience has never revealed such a thing, as we have only seen items, both animate and inanimate, brought into being by the calculated maneuvers of intelligent persons. We have abandoned the scientific method to embrace beliefs beyond what our experience has taught us. This is the actual absurdity. If we were to enter a store and take items from the shelf, claiming they spontaneously appeared and as such, they belong to no one, thus you'll take them, it would be most foolish. Others who don't accept the notions of chance, random events, or spontaneous generation have been guided to think natural resources are given for our gratification by God Himself. Staying honest, Our study should be built upon things we truly know, what we acquire from empiric study or from deductive knowledge. Therefore we should look for intelligence behind the cosmic manifestation like sunshine, the rains, and fire. They are not random events. As we watch the activities of this dog as he chases the light on the wall, he will not look beyond the wall or the light. Not caring for the fact that a person is behind the phenomena is foolishness. It is the business of foolish animals. Dog scientist. The modern scientist, seeing the acts of nature, become dog scientist, and study the matter like a dumb animal. There are considerations of causes that end with an intelligent person behind the event. The Vedas have not been afraid to consider a cosmic intelligence, and all the research work has already been done in this regard. The Vedas are the accumulation of answers from a civilization over several thousand years old, which have made attempts to explain the material manifestation. The knowledge is received from the Supreme Person, and he claims, "In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, 'Be thou happy by this yajna's sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation.' The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will also please you, and thus, by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief." Bhagavad Gita, as it is 3.1012. The Vedas have already contributed to our current sciences. The zero-based numeric system did not come from Arabia but from India. Budayana first calculated pi as written in the Shulbya Sutra in the 8th century BC, then introduced to Greece by Pythagoras. See geometry in ancient and medieval India. Modelat and Aristos 1979. Basis for trigonometry did not come from the Greeks with Hipparchus, Menelaus, and Ptolemy around 160 to 270 BC, but in the Indus Valley, India, more than 4,000 years ago. Taxila was the major city of learning around 700 BC. Excavations at that site have verified this claim.